tight, like sort of closed. Yeah. So that means you will never have financial problems in your future.
Vaffanculo.
I don't know about your...
Okay. This is good news, right? Imagine that. Hello guys, welcome back. Here episode number 9. Today we have our dear friend Z, or if you want to call her Zarish.
You can try.
Okay, Z.
And if you're at the town hall, her full name is, let's see if you studied.
Zarish Asif.
Wow.
I
Bravo.
know, yeah, I have written here.
We've only been friends for 3 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Time flies when you have fun.
yeah, I know.
As if you have fun. You had fun.
As if.
Yeah, what
Oh my
time is
god, I
it?
should stop already.
Yeah,
No, please.
okay.
I feel like puns were a huge part of how we became friends. I
Yeah.
was like, this guy doesn't have high level humor. This can work. Flavio, I'm not really sure when he crossed over from guy in my kitchen with Jaco to he can.
Okay, it's
yeah,
something.
He's all right. Do you
Ask the
remember?
question.
Do you remember the first time we met?
Yeah, I remember.
You were singing. You were talking about stuff in the kitchen, and then you said forchetta, and I was like, "It's in the drawer," and you were like, and I was like, forchetta. It's not like.
Actually, it's
don't know.
forchetta, by the way.
Yeah, I wanted to say it, but I'm polite.
I'm sorry. I'm really been working hard on my Italian, and it's just not going.
And it's just
Really?
like
Okay.
the rest of my life. But yeah, that's true.
So you want to start, or you just want to?
No, actually, I mean, we invited Zarish because she's our
What's the surname?
as if equal to A2. No, okay. Enough with the Excel jokes. I mean, we didn't start yet, but we better not. So she's our dearest friend.
Dearest.
Stop laughing. How did we meet? It's
She just.
No, that
Said
was
it.
how
no,
we met.
we
Flavio and Zarish met that way.
Ah,
But Jaco
okay.
and I have a different, more stressful story.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Struggling and
It's been up and down. The first 4 months of our acquaintanceship were just...
yeah.
Interesting.
So if you ever lived in Luxembourg, you know that monster called.
Oh, you did like...
No, I'm joking. This one will beep it. It's not a monster. Great company. I mean, check it out. Wait, was it? No, Lux Friends. Thank you.
This
Like,
is the
it's
shitty one.
It's a gift and a curse. Because
Yeah, exactly.
you will make your best friends there through suffering together. But you will also suffer.
Ah.
Okay, we talk good things about this, so
Yeah.
we can avoid beeping. It's fine.
No, I made all my friends in Luxembourg in furnished properties. So if it wasn't for furnished, I probably would have left by now. I would have gone back.
Yeah, that's.
Thanks, furnished.
Thanks, furnish.
It's
No,
the
but
only good thing on all of social media.
But it's true. I mean, we could have a whole episode about the experiences that we had in the house, but basically, wait, where was it? Yeah, we had this house. It was a 4-story,
11 people.
yeah, 4-story building, right?
Kitchen in the
Or-
basement. That's always where you want your kitchen
So 5.
for 11 people.
No, we were 12 actually.
No. Maybe
The last floor was 3 people.
Shit.
3 ground floor, 3 first floor, 3 second floor, and 3 the
Oh my
the
god.
one right below the roof.
It
So
was
the
12.
4th floor.
And then sometimes we had illegal residents, so it could be 14.
Yeah, exactly. Plus 2, plus only 2 toilets. I mean, toilets with a shower and everything.
Uh-huh. And then we're not even counting the spirits of the people who've lost their souls in that property.
But yeah, I still remember. So that I just moved in I wanted to get a salad, so I started making a salad. So I just opened a random shelf, and I took
This
this.
was the top shelf in the least obvious location.
I mean, a random, right?
yeah,
Still,
sure. Go on.
what were the odds? And I just picked this bowl. It would look big enough for a salad.
Let me explain what the bowl was about this big. And it was not salad, it was pasta. This man was
No, it
eating for
was-
3. Him and the 2 twins inside of him.
It was a salad, I remember. I
I
would
had
never,
never seen
never
you
eat
eat a-
pasta in a bowl.
In the 4
No, okay.
months.
Brother, you never eat salad.
You never see? In my 4 months of being your
Cheers, by
roommate,
the way.
I'd never seen you eat a
Cheers.
vegetable.
Cheers, by the way. Sorry,
Cheers.
I'm trying to avoid the
Yeah,
question,
yeah.
right?
Don't worry.
Yup.
We don't forget.
This is not alcohol, of course.
I spit it over. Anyway, shut up. Anyway, I was eating salad, as I said.
No, we were eating pasta for sure with the pesto.
It- Look, at this point, he was eating a bowl of lies to himself. But go on.
Yes, a bowl of bullshits. Okay,
Touche. And so
eating a salad. Salad.
10%. Yeah.
Who are you trying to fool? Your oldest friend and
Got
the person who's
more for
lived with you?
10% on Prozis and salad and stuff.
I mean, at least I can honestly say I have eaten whole jars of Nutella by myself in my room. I don't sit around pretending I'm eating salad in the communal kitchen. Why?
So first, why a whole jar of Nutella?
Sometimes you have to,
Yeah.
you just, the heart wants what it wants. That was all the exposure I had to Italians at that point. In that house, Nutella.
Nice.
Brown, our favorite color.
Yes.
Hashtag. Anyway, I was eating a freaking salad. And what happened?
Okay.
All right, yeah. A
And
salad made.
Stop.
And Zarish,
Mhm.
You were not eating a salad.
It's
Zio.
a wheat salad. A
You-
salad
you-
made of wheat.
Maybe you were eating pasta with something green and you will call it salad.
maybe it was pasta salad. I seen the stuff.
See?
Yeah, it's I think French.
Bro,
people
you don't know
are-
how to
Pasta
how to
salad.
cook.
pasta salad.
Yeah, it's-
They
Yeah,
put
pasta salad.
they put
Yeah.
pasta in the salad.
They put
you-
corn,
or they put
you put
salad in the pasta.
mayonnaise, you put mustard.
No, it's pasta in the salad because the pasta is shit. So you cannot call it pasta with salad.
Ma
The salad is still salad, so it's good.
Look,
tasteful.
he was eating a
Anyway.
pasta salad. Let's just compromise at this point.
yeah, it's just pasta, guys.
Yeah.
I think we're like 5 minutes in and we haven't finished a sentence yet.
Yeah.
Because if you talk to Italians and you start a food debate, you're there for the next 3 years, you know?
Yeah, and if you start the sentence with "I was eating a salad," no one will believe you. No one. Cioè,
I made a mistake once. I told the Neapolitan guy to order me a pizza with chicken on it.
Where were you?
Brussels.
Okay.
And then for 15 minutes, I was given a lecture about that. Zarish, you don't put the whole chicken on a pizza. I mean, and then it was like, oh,
yeah, you just put the wings, right?
did you pour
The
Red
what?
Bull on it?
Sì. Dio.
No, now I have to beep also this one. Blurp.
Why? Are you not
Blip.
allowed to say brand names?
Is a brand name.
Flavio is a brand name. Should we bleep it?
Okay, guys.
So I was eating a salad,
Again.
and then what happened? That
Give-
Zarish walked in
Yeah.
into the kitchen.
Mhm.
Let's say she wasn't in the best
Nice.
mood ever.
This is a really nice juice.
Right?
Your water is very refreshing.
Yeah.
Anyway, Zarish walked in, and what happened? That apparently it was her bowl. So she gave me
Lecture.
a stare that I'm still fearing sometimes during my nightmares. But yeah, and actually I don't remember what you told me. You said something like, No,
Hello.
wait. First we just say hi, but so chit chat, small talk.
I was a little polite. Come on.
Yeah, you
I
were.
didn't go straight to Medusa.
Who the fuck is Medusa?
Staring.
Okay.
And then she went there. But no, and then so just chit chat, and then before leaving, you said, by the way, that's my bowl. I was like,
Literally a little bit of pasta fell out of his mouth.
Pretending to eat salad in your bowl.
it was feta cheese.
He said pasta. He didn't say salad.
No, you
Pasta.
just said pasta. I
got
didn't say anything. I was about to say feta cheese, actually.
Feta cheese.
So sticky now. Anyway.
He just learned how to cook,
He just tripped on his own lies.
Yeah. Yo, it's wet.
That's not true.
I mean, who are you trying to fool? You have 5 friends. They all know you.
For the record, he just punched me here.
Pinched. It's just anyway. So yeah, that's how we met.
That is how we met.
So yeah, Lux furnish. It's
Well, you have to remember, we were living in a house with a maximum capacity of like 12 people. Some dude had been stealing my olive oil for months. There was definitely an illegal resident before you showed up, who we literally had to fight. Yeah. Who used to leave black handprints on the bathroom wall.
Sorry, not to be
please,
gender compliant, we say
Yeah.
not differently
a
white.
different shade of white
Okay.
handprint.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
And I mean,
The guy was black?
he was from a different continent, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't, look, that's not important. What's important was that in his
We're gonna
culture,
beep that.
in his culture, they used to make, you have to burn rice when you cook it. Like that's a part of the food. Now,
You have to burn
you have to burn the rice to make it crispy, but you actually burn it so much there's smoke. And the kitchen was in the basement, so the smoke would go all the way up to what I call the Harry Potter roof dungeon,
Yeah.
which was Giacomo's room.
Yeah, I remember that room.
Still again the letter from
Yeah,
Hogwarts.
we-
but
we-
still.
Good times. Good times.
Well, actually, I spent my first week there, I think.
No, 2
Oh,
weeks.
yeah,
I remember.
You
2
were there
weeks.
for
2
2
weeks.
weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was one
Like
of
we
the
were-
illegal.
We were coming back late at night, 1 or 2 a.m., and we were plugged because he was sleeping in an air mattress, but we had to inflate it, right? So we were plugging this the cable, right? Whatever
Uh-huh.
the charger. It was just powering the fan, so it would
Yeah.
inflate, but it was noisy as fuck. So we
Yeah.
were at 2 a.m.
Yeah, it was a fucking mess.
And the walls were made out of paper mache,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
like
Yeah.
they must have thought you
Yeah,
guys were.
You literally can hear the guy farting.
You could. I have
Yeah,
on record
I-
heard a fart.
Yeah, but okay. From Giacomo, I think.
I
I
mean,
did,
obviously.
Because
But Giacomo, I heard him from the floor below. It
yeah,
wasn't-
but that's what I mean. Yeah. Yeah, if it was fucking gas chamber up there. Yeah,
If he didn't eat so many freaking bean salads.
yeah, bean pasta. Beans pasta, I don't know.
Pasta beans.
So anyway,
Bean pasta.
but
pasta
as
salad.
we've discussed many times, that suffering in that house brought us
Together.
together.
Yeah, true.
Especially one Scottish lady named Emma.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful thing, Flavio. So you'd have me, you'd have Emma, who's very Scottish.
I remember Emma.
Good.
Yeah, because it was when she was walking, she was like juggling the fucking weights in the. So yeah, I remember her. Like she was walking saying din 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 din, and I'm going to the gym and to do like exercise in the park.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. Cool. We didn't understand 40 to 60% of what she said because it was deep Scottish.
Wait,
Just
for
say
you,
yes.
yeah. For
Yeah.
me, it was the percentage was a little bit
It was a little
Higher.
higher. But
close to 100%.
we had these magical moments where I would make fun of Jaco, then Jaco would make fun of Emma, Emma would make fun of me, and then it would go back across where Emma makes fun. It was like the Spider-Man meme. Like we were,
Okay.
yeah, it's a beautiful
when
thing.
I was able to get the joke, but yeah.
So, you want to start to tell where this is from?
Yeah, actually, I was about to say
Yeah, she's
enough
from-
with the bullshit
She's
about
from
salad.
Iceland.
It's from Iceland. Yeah, my middle name is Ragnarok.
Ah, see, I didn't know that. That's so cool.
I think
So
I
she-
saw you in Vikings, the TV
No,
show.
you have me confused
Oh,
with someone else.
Yeah, but you look like.
That's LuXpat.
Yeah.
More Swedish. Anyway, I was just talking about myself. Sorry. No, actually, we haven't started yet with the question we make to to our guests. So,
Yeah.
Zarish, who are you today?
I mean,
Struggling already. No, I'm
it's
joking. I'll let you develop it.
develop it. Yeah, I'm basically a camera from the 90s, like, developing film. No, I'm gonna
Okay,
take
thank
that.
you. Next question.
Thank you for this.
No, I mean, you are who your experiences make you, right? So I am someone who's lived in 4 to 5 countries in the last 6 years. I speak 2 languages, but one is not really useful in Luxembourg. And I've been away from the country I was born in for 14 years. So I'm at a point where even if I go back there, someone actually came up to me just this February and said, "Where are you from?" I said, I was born in the city. Like, this is where I am. And she said, "No, where are you actually from?" And I was like, now I've been asked that question in every city I've ever lived in. So I am what you see. I have a good answer for this. My mom can read palms. She doesn't tell me because she's a bit religious, so she doesn't tell me what they say, which is, she says religion, but maybe they're saying something we don't want to hear.
Well, you're a hooker on the streets, or
Hey. Yeah.
I mean, paper.
So basically, the right hand in
Yep.
palmistry tells you your future,
Mhm.
and the left hand tells you your personality. Yeah, hands up.
Can you read?
Not your personality. I actually only know things about the future hand.
Okay, the idea. Let's go.
No, that's the right hand. Be careful with touching that.
Okay, I have
Yeah.
good news immediately.
Yeah.
I have
Tell me,
bad
tell me.
news and good news.
No, I have
Do-
Sorry,
which
sorry,
one
sorry,
do
sorry.
you
but- okay, no, I want to know both.
The good news is that these 2 lines over here, they cross, right? You have a very tight, like, sort of close, yeah? So that means you will never have financial problems in your future.
Vaffanculo.
I don't know about your...
Okay. Yeah, this is good news, right? Imagine that.
And then the bad news is your intelligence and your lifelines are pretty short.
Live fast, die young.
All right. Yeah,
This
so
is the life line.
Con la matita calcare.
it's the one on top. It's that one.
Show me your hand.
Oh, basta. Which one?
It's
For the one.
It's longer.
For the one just listening.
Look, this is not
we're
a
reading each
science.
other
This
hands.
is like
Look.
the lottery, man.
What?
This is like the lottery.
What
It's not.
is the?
Up.
Actually, the length we would looking for is something else. But
Hey, it's not size that matters.
I need the zoom, sorry.
Okay, but the point here is that the left hand tells you personality. Okay?
I don't know. Sorry.
Sorry.
The left hand tells you personality. And every
Mhm.
time my mother looks at my left hand, she just goes,
Can you send a
Zarish.
picture of my hand to your mom?
I can. She
Okay.
she might.
Can you do it?
Yeah, yeah.
Later?
course.
Okay.
Anyway, so the left hand is your personality, and basically every time she looks at it, she just sighs and says, Zarish, it just says what you see is what you get. That's it.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is the
That's my-
classical Iceland mentality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. When we eat our fermented shark, we talk about how honest and open we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Fermented shark
Yeah, that's what Iceland is famous
it's a
for.
classical
Mm.
dish.
in Ireland.
In
Iceland.
Iceland.
No, Iceland.
Ireland. What do I know about
Western and
Ireland?
Why? Oh, I said
Island, the
Yeah.
country, island.
Anyway,
I'm gonna work sting out.
Anyway, yeah.
Yesterday I met an Irish guy.
when? And what did you talk about?
Mm.
He asked me something, I didn't get it. I swear to God. Then we talked like for 15 minutes because they came here for the football match against Luxembourg.
Ah.
Yeah, so he asked me something. I was like, I I don't speak Luxembourgish. And he said, no, this is English. No. No, but anyway. So.
Let's start from the beginning.
Let's start from the beginning. Please.
Where do you come from?
Where?
I was
Vagina?
born in
Oh,
Pakistan.
Yeah.
In
So
Karachi.
you lied to me.
Oh, yeah, I
Yes,
was
I'm
joking,
sorry,
but-
Flavio. I didn't mean.
No, Karachi is a neighborhood in
Caracas.
Reykjavik.
Okay. Yeah, it's outside Napoli, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the outskirts.
Outside.
Outskirts.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were born in Pakistan.
I was born in Pakistan.
Are you sure about that?
I cannot confirm
Okay.
because my parents lost my birth certificate, so I literally cannot confirm.
Really?
Yes.
You're serious?
Yeah.
So you're...
Wait, but
Wait,
how does it work? Wait, in order to get a passport or anything like that, how do you... You just wink and you get the passport.
Okay. That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. Okay, right.
Yeah.
So born in Karachi.
Mm-hmm. And then
Sunny
moved to
Karachi.
Canada.
Yeah, but it's too fast like this.
Okay.
So when you moved to Canada, why you moved to Canada?
When I was
For
18.
the weather?
Yeah, it was the tropics. I just
Okay.
always wanted. No, in all honesty, it was the maple syrup.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's that stuff is
Okay.
like addictive.
But so
On pancakes.
you did like
Mhm.
high school in
I
Pakistan.
did. I did high school, middle school, kindergarten, the
But
whole.
you studied
shebang.
in English?
Yes, because I went to a private British education system, so I've actually done the British. So I speak English as like my mother tongue, and Urdu I have like maybe a maximum 6th or 7th grade level in because
Okay.
I'm really bad at
So
it.
you went to a private school
Yeah.
and studied in English.
Mhm.
Yeah. I can see the financial. Yeah.
It's very dicey. It's not
yeah,
so.
you see it really cross.
Yeah, it's
So
like
she would
some
never have financial
badly.
problems. Yeah.
I mean, what else is new? Tell me something I don't know. You know.
Yeah, but also the lifeline. We have to work on this, huh?
Dude, you can't just draw them in. You know, it's not like eyebrows. It's,
That's the
this is
secret.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
But I should tell you, in Luxembourg, I've technically been homeless 2 times. So
What do you mean homeless?
I lived in your room.
Yeah, true. Well, you were not homeless.
That's how I knew.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, once I was in Italy, I think. No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't remember.
Or a festival or something.
Most likely, yeah. And
So so I mean, it's not news to me that my financial situation will be up and down, you know. Yeah.
Okay, but rewind.
Got me rewind.
Rewind.
wait, why are we talking about Luxembourg when we're still in Karachi?
Bro,
Karachi.
what the fuck?
Also, to give you a little understanding of what Karachi is like, it's basically if real life Gotham happened. It's New York. It's the financial
There's
capital.
Batman.
They're a Batman, but I don't know about a Batman.
Okay.
Man, that'd be cool though.
Yeah, I know.
Shit. Anyway,
A Batman that when he saves you, he
yeah,
can read your hands.
that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rajman.
Raj.
Rajman. Well, that's more India. It's not Pakistan. But,
Salad of jokes. Anyway,
yeah, anyway.
So when you were in high school, okay, say,
Yeah,
oh,
actually-
my financial situation is really good. Let's move to Canada.
no,
No?
it wasn't
Was
like
not
this.
like this?
My father actually had immigrated to Canada during his university time, and he
Okay.
came back to take care of his
Ah.
mother when his father passed away. And then he met my mother and he stayed for 13 years and then he went back. So by the time I was 13, 14, he was already back in Canada. And the plan was always to get me Canadian citizenship, and then, you know, it's really a gift because then you get to go to Canada for university, and everything is better. So the long-term goal was always to get me out to Canada at some point.
You have a Canada citizenship?
I've had it since I was 13.
Oh, that's cool.
It's the best thing I probably have owned. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
passport is the greatest gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have Italian passports.
Italian passports, I'm sure, are nice
You
too.
can eat pasta every day and not feeling guilty.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you get triggered if you put pineapple on pizza. So
But if there's
Yeah.
no cream in the pasta, then
it's not worth it, right?
it's
Jesus Christ.
Canadian, man.
Maple syrup
I
and
don't-
then the pasta.
You can also say you're eating salad and
Exactly.
you're eating pasta to the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, depends on the proportion. Or
Yeah.
the quality.
Mathematician. Okay,
Salad is my passion.
Nobel Prize.
Yeah, for
Nobel
bullshit.
Prize.
Yeah.
stuff.
Anyway,
Prize.
so
You went to Canada
I
when
w-
you
I
were
went
18.
earlier. Yeah. So what happened was that this became a bit of a problem because I hadn't finished the education system in Karachi, and I didn't have the credits to go to university. And literally, it went. My mom got remarried, and then a week later, she was like, "All right, do you want to move to Houston or do you want to move to Canada?" And I had been going to Canada for 5 years already every summer. And I really like Toronto. It's one of the best cities in the world. So I naturally didn't want to go to Texas, right? So
Why? They're not racist at all.
it was just the commute. I just, you
And
know,
it's hot
yeah. And I'm literally coming
and
from,
there is oil.
yeah. And I'm already coming from a place where they put oil on everything, and it's 40 degrees
on the
in
pasta?
February. Of course.
Ah, okay.
How do you eat pasta without oil? You don't fry the pasta.
She's right. Okay.
Anyway, so the choice was obvious. My cousin, who was my best friend at the time, was in Canada, so I was going to go to Canada. What I didn't realize was that they were going to test my English.
All right.
And when they tested my English, it was university level, obviously. And that because the Canadian system is so overwhelmed, they didn't send me to the school that of the neighborhood I lived in, which was quite a good school. They sent me straight to the school that was 45 minutes away, and it was the English second language school. So I have arrived in Canada, and suddenly everyone is from, like, even if they were born there, they look like they weren't the Canadians that you would see on old posters from the 90s, you know? They were like the United...
There are Canadian posters.
Mostly Mounties, people in the red, you know,
Okay.
on horses. Sometimes they're riding moose.
But there are people red on horses.
Yeah,
there?
of course. It's
Really?
the RCMP, it's the Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know it?
Yeah, it's like in Egypt. They had
Camels.
the camels.
Actually,
Oh.
technically, it's,
Police riding in camels.
it's the Canadian equivalent of the FBI.
What?
Yeah. That's their capacity. They are security and investigations.
Are they efficient?
Having never had to interact with them, I can't really
No?
say. No.
That's good.
But
yeah.
Wait, what's their name again? Like full name?
RCMP, Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Because they
Why
literally
mountain?
mounted, because they ride horses.
Mounted. Ah, okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I'm sorry
Also
for
'cause you're
him.
riding a
Okay?
horse in mountains.
But
right?
this is it. Like, this is cultural exchange, you
You
know?
enjoy the steepness.
Okay.
Anyway,
Anyway. So now I'm...
wait.
In Toronto.
Okay,
what-
so
that-
you were riding a horse.
Yes. No,
Okay.
I rode a little beaver into my school.
Nice.
And
And then
then-
you got the passport.
I already had the passport coming in.
Ah, okay, so it was okay.
So
Didn't
yeah, I had
count.
the street cred already. But what
Okay.
I did have was the Karachi accent, which is very different to how I speak now.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you show us? Can you please?
Well, it's more Pakistani.
It is. But it's a weird British colonial accent.
No, but I want to know from. I want to hear it.
Oh,
No.
you know what, guys? Big Bang Theory, Raj. You know the way he
Yeah.
talks. It's like
Mm. Jesus.
it's just that.
Okay.
It's not like it's not Apu from The Simpsons. It's Raj from Big Bang Theory.
Mhm.
Those are two different vibes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So Okay. You like Big Bang Theory?
I recently rewatched it, and I've gone between hating it because of, I think, social media, and then going back to it and realizing it had some good points to it. So
It's the
Sure.
best series ever.
it's pretty good.
I know.
It's pretty good.
Okay. But
I don't love the
Rajesh
later
is
show.
cool.
Rajesh, you know what? He's a strong, independent character. So yeah,
Yeah,
he's cool.
he shares the bathtub with this dog, but okay.
If you love something enough to share that part of you,
Yeah.
that
Even if it's dog.
soapy, naked, bubbly part of you, it's fine.
But it was with the redhead, the hottie one.
The haughty one. I'm afraid I
Really-
focused on different things.
Really intelligent girl, of course. Really clever.
I mean,
Yes,
it's Big Bang
yes.
Theory.
Yeah.
What else can you expect?
Yeah,
She
of
had a
course,
really
of
big
course.
brain.
brain.
I don't remember her. I remember the weirdo that he.
Yeah, but because he just starts watching because okay.
But there's no Halo in it. Why are you watching it?
No, they do actually. They play
There is,
Halo.
They do.
See,
I
they
don't
play
remember.
Halo. Actually.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Yeah,
then-
because the nerds play Halo.
Right.
So he's a loser, so he plays Halo.
You know what?
Who you're pointing to?
I know the guy right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
the white dude.
The peacock.
Okay.
Is it racist
The-
if I point out that he's white?
Not that white.
Yeah, he's a
It's
bit.
okay.
He's a bit
Shade.
transparent.
No.
Ah.
Differently white.
The fuck we were talking about?
Come on, this is a podcast. We should have fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so stop talking, please.
Shut up, nerd.
Let's see.
Actually,
What is this?
actually, I really like
Experiencing
Jacko
as
because
myself.
Jacko used to play Halo semi-pro. Or
Really?
Maybe he still does. I don't know.
Really?
Semi.
Semi.
Really semi, half of half.
That's already
yeah.
an
You
eighth.
know, 5%
Yeah.
is still a percent.
Let's say that he lose a lot of time with playing Halo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember thinking that was the coolest thing ever because every summer when I was in Canada in my cousin's basement, my cousin lived out like in the forest. So an hour and a half driving out of Toronto in something called Stouffville, population 10,000. And her backyard was literally just forest. The house was inside of a forest. Like this is horror movie potential.
Really, and I'm scared about horror movies, please.
Really?
You see?
Well,
Yeah.
nothing was as horrifying as
Oh, no.
the
See, stop.
Anyway, but yeah, I was in that basement all the time, and all she had for me was like Halo, Mortal Kombat, and I'm sure there was another game, but I didn't play anything else. Also in
Which
2000,
game was it?
Game of
Okay.
Life.
Okay.
Really bad at it. Anyway.
But I have to say, I fell in love with. So one of the 2006 World Cup was on one summer, and I watched every single game. And before
I remember that summer.
it was a great summer because I was the only person in the airport in Canada rooting for Italy because they had performed the best throughout, and I had picked them before they got to the group stage, past the group stage.
Smart person on the podcast. Yeah.
Everyone was like, Brazil, France. I was like, shh, shh, shh. Italy, listen to me. Dad, please. He didn't listen. Italy won that year, and I had to quietly celebrate because all the French Canadians in the house
French,
were very upset. But I remember sitting at the counter
culo
at the
merde.
airport watching the game and being like,
Yeah, this year we'll watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
look, let's remember the good times. Okay.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so you're in Canada, okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The weather is the same as Pakistan, right?
Yes,
Yes. Okay.
but there was one very special difference. The first
You
year,
were in Canada.
yes,
Ah.
that year was the coldest year on record in 10 years in Canada. And in Canada, when you have a cold year, it's not like, it used to be 3 and now it's 1 degree. No, it means -15 and with wind chill, -20. So
Jesus.
every time I walked out of my house, I was temporarily blind. Because so my natural reaction when I wake up is my eyes are watery. My whole body is like, why did you wake up today? This is a terrible decision. And so my eyes water. So there's water in my eyes. I hit the outside cold air and they froze shut
Yeah, the froze.
every winter, which is about 6 to 7 months of the year.
Nice.
Why you didn't put glasses? The one for skiing.
No,
The
I-
one
I-
for
Yeah,
skiing.
I don't know the name in English. I'm
You
sorry.
know, they
The goggles
always
for
say use
swimming.
goggles.
Goggles, yeah.
You know, they say use
Goggles,
protection,
nice.
and I
It's
just never
Google.
listen. I just don't listen.
Google.
Google.
It's Google.
Google.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was the coldest year on record, but it was amazing because I remember I was really still close with some friends in Karachi, and I got this phone call from just a random friend from my high school, and we were talking, and it started snowing, and it was like the second week of October. And I was talking to this friend, and I was just like, oh my God, listen, this is the greatest ever. It's the first time I'm seeing snow. And, you know, I mean, it was a cold ass winter, but it's those kind of moments that you still remember 13 years later.
Well, yeah. If it was for one day, maybe, but not the whole 6 months.
I'm also not used to snow.
But
No, not even him if he's from the north because there is fog. He cannot see the snow.
Oh, okay.
I'm used to
It's just fog.
constant
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
shades.
you
Is fog a season?
No, but it's crazy in this area.
No, because once we drove back all the way from Luxembourg to Italy, and there was also Gabriele. So, yeah. You probably never seen... Okay, no, you lived in Milan, so you know how fog it is.
Yeah, okay. I lived in Milan.
But not as much as,
No,
where I
but
come from, maybe.
Yeah, like, okay, you live in Milan, and I used to live in the city center, so there was not a lot of fog. But once I was shocked, I was driving from Milan to Turin, and on the highway, just fog. And I was driving because my friend didn't have like the driving license. I was like, okay, I'm going like 40, but it was a highway, so everyone was going fucking fast. And
Really?
I got really not scared, but I was like, okay, it's always straight, so.
It's scary
You know,
stuff, dude.
Yeah, because you don't see anything. And I remember when we were in the car, there was like Giacomo driving, and Giacomo, when he's driving, it's already, you have to be
You've
scared.
already put your life
Yeah.
in God's hands. so.
He is the guy that there is a fucking
on the
street
green
light.
light.
It's red, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't see it." That's your only job, you know.
You have
had one job, It's to see the street light. I didn't see it. What are you doing,
As long as he didn't miss, I mean, he missed the pedestrians, right? Like he didn't hit Nana on the way to Turin or something.
I have to call my lawyer. And like, I remember he was driving, and we were like in a rush because we were really late because we also dropped a friend in Varese, right?
Yeah.
In Milan, yeah.
My mom was cooking.
Yeah, and her mom was cooking.
But you got to
Grande
run,
Paola.
Jan.
Love you. And
Yeah, go on.
and there was Gabriele that is even he's from Sicily, so even souther than me, not southern than you, and we were like, what the fuck is doing? What the fuck is doing? It was like, you cannot see shit, but he was like, yeah, guys, everything is fine. But for us, if there is fog or not, for him it's the same because he's blind as fuck. So it's the same thing,
I'm not gonna comment on this.
Plead the fourth.
Yeah,
Plead the fifth. plead the
he's
fifth.
not wearing the glasses right now because the mic is here, so he can see it.
Like a mole.
Do you want another juice?
Another juice.
Oh, like juice? Then yeah,
My
why not?
juice is very
okay.
good, by the way. I
Yeah,
recommend.
you want another one?
I recommend this juice.
You want
yeah.
another one?
Sure.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me tell you something fun about Pakistan.
Yeah.
So the national language, Urdu, written down has the same script as Persian or Farsi. When you speak it, it sounds like Hindi, which is what they speak in India.
Yeah.
And it has many Portuguese, Italian, French, Arabic. It was a language invented by soldiers, basically. And only in the late 1800s was there actual literature. There was a huge push by people to make it a real language. So the national anthem is actually not in Urdu, it's in Farsi or Persian. Urdu is not specifically spoken in any of the provinces, the 7 provinces of Pakistan.
No.
And there are 8 national languages. And there's not like Italian dialects where you can still understand each other. If you speak Sindhi, you cannot understand
the others.
Yeah.
But so they're spoken like in the other cities. No.
There's 7 provinces, 250, 300 million people.
Million.
The diversity of food, language, culture, religion it's 10 times of any other place I can think of. Except India, okay.
We cannot compete with
Can't compete with them. They're 1 billion people. It's hard.
I see. Jesus.
And then what's really important to remember is that Pakistan as a country has only existed since 1947.
Okay.
Both sides of my family, both sides, have no ancestral heritage in Pakistan.
Mm-hmm.
Dad's side all came from India. Grandfather came from Bangladesh.
Okay.
Grandmother always calls herself Kashmiri, but the family had been living in India when they came over.
Okay. Which is the region in between Pakistan and India, right?
Yeah, it's disputed territory in the north.
Yeah. Wait, in the north of India. So south
if
of
these are here, if the 2 countries are here,
yes.
Kashmir is up here.
Ah, okay. And what's north of Kashmir then?
Well, China and Russia and Tajikistan.
Okay.
Maybe Uzbekistan. I'm a little fuzzy on that.
Yeah.
You're on the left, on the west side, you have Iran, Afghanistan.
Yeah. No, that one, yeah.
And then you have all the other stands on the north. Yeah.
I see. But no, actually, what I want to ask is, so how is moving to Canada, like coming all the way from Pakistan?
Now, it wasn't foreign to me.
Wait, and before you answer, you moved in with your whole family or just
my father? My parents had not been together since I was a child.
Ah, okay. So just you?
Just me, only child.
Oh, yeah, true. Only child, then, yeah. Okay, so you moved to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And how was it?
It was hard.
Yeah.
It wasn't hard because it was hard to make friends, or obviously there was no language barrier. I had been visiting for 5 years prior. I know how to take the subway. It wasn't exotic. What is hard, and actually is the solution to this problem, was given to me in Luxembourg. It was seasonal depression.
Okay.
We have a joke where you would come home and it was like, oh, Zarish, you just woke up.
Yeah.
I used to sleep 14 to 16 hours a day because what I didn't realize is my body missed the sun so much. I was shutting down. And
yeah, that's true actually. Especially even like lately, the whole January and February it's been just raining and cloudiness around, so I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
So take your vitamin D.
Yeah. D for sun, not for anything else, but yeah. No, but jokes aside, yeah, it's true. And
take that too.
doesn't hurt, right?
Not unless you want it to.
I remember when Emma saw this flatmate of ours, that she knew she would move out, and she told me, Giacomo, now you have to take over my main role, which was basically knocking at your door, making sure that you were still alive.
Yeah.
There.
Emma was my de facto mom. And then Jaco was like that sort of disinterested younger brother who has to take care of this dysfunctional wreck. But yeah, it was a lot of that. But the kind of people I've met in Canada, I mean, just wow. And the kind of kindness.
But so wait, no, but so you did you feel the same way when you moved to Canada as you, I mean, as when you moved to Luxembourg, or maybe I missed that?
No, Canada, I wanted to go there because I saw my whole future there.
Mm-hmm.
I had no intention to leave ever.
Okay.
What happened was I did an internship in Brussels.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, I had done an internship in Washington, D.C.
Mm-hmm.
And what I had realized is that my 15-year-old dream of I want to work and live in different places across the world, that was impossible when I was in Pakistan.
Mm-hmm.
It was coming true. And so when I did my internship in Brussels, thank you. The hearts are even better this time. Yeah.
Oh, funny!
So much
Finally,
love.
we got tonic on the side.
Yeah. Our Jewish son, tonic, was gonna be really good.
Sorry, go on.
I came to Luxembourg because I had done something close to 300 job applications
Mm-hmm.
in Toronto, and I wasn't getting answers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And it was easier to get to Europe.
It wasn't easier. I had done my internship in Brussels. I took a chance. I took an administrative job as a temporary. I was living on 3-month contracts
Mm-hmm.
for the first year I was here.
Mm-hmm.
But what I felt like was that at that point in my life, I should go live in Europe, live the European dream, work on my French, which, you know,
It's
I
not
mean,
the American dream.
actually, if you talk to Americans, even they'll tell you the American dream is not what it used to be.
Yeah, I read an article on Financial Times. Yeah,
You read?
because
You can read?
Not even do you read? Can you read?
No, Flavio
Turning
has
tables,
read
huh?
more books
How
in
does it
1
feel
month.
like?
Flavio writes philosophy, okay?
Yeah, what we were talking about before. You remember?
You love Kant?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I love to sing.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Enjoy the orange juice. So about to.
You have to drink.
Yeah, just a second. I'm just moving stuff.
Sì, ma dammi il tempo.
Beep.
But can I say it and then we beep it?
I have to edit then.
Madonna.
I have
there
to,
is no effort here.
I have to sue you every time you say.
Okay.
It's like when you play football when you're a kid and you're making late to the training session and then you have to pay for the.
You want a cigarette?
Mom, don't watch this part, yes, please.
No.
No.
Affanculo. Anyway.
No. See? See how he treats me all the time?
It's not good.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I know.
toxic. Our relationship toxic.
But
I
I
don't
love
give
it.
a
It's
fuck.
been my personal TV show for a long time.
Where I missed?
So I asked her how was moving from Pakistan to Canada, and you know the struggles about moving into a country.
All
where,
the interesting stuff without me.
of
I
course
have
that's-
more stories.
No worries, you're not left
Yeah.
out.
This was just the emotional stuff. You know how feelings make you uncomfortable?
I don't know.
Wait, let me check. Yeah, they do.
Oh, this is personality, right?
It's
This is
chalk.
And you don't know how to read it.
No, I don't.
No.
But it's very strange. Your personality hand is very, very different from your future hand.
You sure?
Yeah. It's weirdly
Sembra lo
different.
stesso. Vabbè.
Show me your hand, Jaco. Dude, why is your intelligence line so long? There's
mean-
no. You see, obviously, palmistry is bullshit.
My what?
Bella ziga. What is the line of intelligence?
Can we reply to the question of the podcast rather than bullshitting about which one is?
I don't
Then
I'm
at
not
this
gonna.
point-
No, shit.
Which one?
No,
this
shit.
one.
The vertical one.
Esatto.
There's also the way of seeing how many children you will have, but this one is really out there. I don't believe in it at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Me
How?
neither.
You squeeze. It's the lines between these two big lines.
There is nothing here.
I don't give you nutty.
Maybe
Yeah.
only it's the official ones
Give me
that
the
show up
baby.
on the line, not the undisclosed.
Frutto di merda.
So we were talking about the European dream.
The European,
The European dream, yeah.
It is quite the dream.
But why was it the European dream? Because you wanted to learn French, you wanted to move just again abroad, or just go to Europe? What was the rationale?
I mean, Europe, you can be like in Luxembourg, you can be in France, Germany, the Netherlands in 3 hours, right? Italy.
Yeah, a little bit
For 20 euros, you can, eat gelato in Milan on the
Liechtenstein.
weekend.
Mm.
It's absolutely beautiful. If I drive 3 hours from Toronto in any direction,
You're gonna be in Toronto.
especially in rush hour, but it's 3.5 hours just to get to Ottawa, which is it's on the border of Quebec and Ontario.
Okay.
It's 5.5 hours to Montreal. It's 8 hours to Quebec City. And this is the East Coast. I mean, we're not even talking about West Coast.
Yeah. But that's the thing about Europe. Like, if you're born and raised in Europe, you think like America is more or less like Europe, but like, North America is Europe,
But
and
if
South.
if you think about like US, it's just many states together.
Yeah, probably a couple of them, right? Yeah, like your concept.
There are like 51.
No, I'm saying the size of Europe.
Ah, okay.
I wasn't listening.
Yeah. I mean,
Anyway, I'm saying our perception of the. I came here just to get roasted, basically.
Oh, you're going to get wasted. You're drinking water, dude.
Yeah. Be careful with the sparkling one.
I
Anyway,
start to kick in, huh?
Yeah. It's also like you see true diversity in Toronto, right? You'll meet one of everything. I've met people from Fiji. I've met a Guyanese person with Japanese parents, Chinese Jamaican.
Chinese Jamaican.
So purely Chinese heritage, but they grew up in Jamaica. So you have this very Chinese looking dude speaking with a Jamaican accent.
Can we invite him?
He's a really cool dude.
See?
But he's in
What
Toronto.
is his name?
Simon Cheng. Simon Cheng.
Simon.
from Jamaica. Chang from.
Chang
So
from
it was
China.
really funny because at the time we were the
China,
only two
Cheng.
people.
Sorry. What did you say?
We were the only. So I worked at a movie theater for 5 years. This is a
Okay.
huge part of my character development.
Okay.
And Simon and I were the only people at work who used to say battery the same way. So I say battery now,
Mm-hmm.
but at that time I used to say battery.
So like British,
Yes.
way, no?
And Simon,
Battery.
because he had the Jamaican accent, battery. So
with the joint.
yeah,
Ah, okay.
yeah. He was one of the
Oh, don't say this.
Huh?
But it's illegal there, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he
Simon.
also had a lot of
Also in
back pain and
Luxembourg.
anxiety before it was legal. So
FYI.
That's the dream.
yeah.
Jamaican dream.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, he's.
We're in Canada.
I think that's not important anymore. But
With Giacomo?
sorry.
Nothing.
So when I lived in Pakistan, I was used to having a cook, a maid, a driver. The concept of doing chores was like on Sunday because the maid wasn't there. I had to do dishes. Okay. And this is more than most of the friends I went to school with had to do. Okay.
Okay.
So when I got my job in Canada, first of all, I was coming from a culture where you don't smile at strangers. So I had to learn that. I had to learn how to smile at people I didn't know. Because A, you're a woman, you should never smile at a man because they take it the wrong way. And B, you
In
don't...
Canada?
In Pakistan.
In
Pakistan.
Pakistan.
And in Canada, you smile at everyone. You tell everyone about the results of your blood test. You just Canadians are open books, right?
Yeah, it's like also in How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
Robin.
Yeah.
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 Same. You've seen it?
Well, How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
No.
Do you want me to tell you a story
No. No
of
spoiler.
How I Met Your Mother?
I know the finale is like
Okay.
shit, no?
Okay.
I mean, after the whole story you're going through, and then don't spoil it.
I mean, if you want to relive How I Met Your Mother, I mean, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here
But,
all night.
You know the story.
Anyway, can we just go on, please?
Wait, what was I talking about?
How I Met Your
Everyone
Mother.
is nice in Canada.
Everyone's nice in Canada. So I have got this movie theater job
Mm.
because after being in Canada for 4 months, my dad was like, okay, now I don't want to give you an allowance. Please go get a job. I was like,
fair
sure,
enough.
sounds good. I'll make friends.
That's harsh.
Yes, but it's a good way to make friends. And I got very lucky. I got a job at a movie theater right next to my high school. So that was the dream. So I didn't smile a lot, which is, I don't know if anyone's done customer service, but they say it's important. And I couldn't do it. So you'd give me your ticket and I'd be like, number 5 on your left. You know, it's just, it took a few months for me to learn how to be nice without a reason. And yeah, I mean, it's like a lot of things. So once someone, you know, in Canada, when you buy a drink, it's like a whole liter. It's like these big cups, right?
That's the dream. Sorry.
That is. So when someone drops those massive cups, it's like a huge spill. You have to get on it because, you know, someone's going to fall, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my manager was like, okay, we have a spill downstairs. Please send someone to mop it up. And someone looks at me and goes, Zarish, you go do it. And I'm like, okay. So I go downstairs with the bucket. Again, not smiling. And then I bring the bucket and I look at the head manager like, I am here with bucket. And then he looks inside the bucket and he's like, Zarish, why isn't there water in this bucket? And I said, do you need that? And he thought I was giving him attitude. But I was genuinely asking him if you need water because I had
Because you never done
I
it
had
before.
never mopped a floor before in my
yeah.
life. I was 18 years old and I didn't know how a mop works.
With a grumpy attitude.
With a grumpy attitude, which I'm sorry,
Of the
James,
salad
you were
bowl.
a decent boss. I was a shitty employee. But and continued to stay shitty because I was a teenager. But I mean, it was to the point where now I worked that job like 5 years. And by year 3.5, I was getting better, right? It's a slow process
That's
because you're
something.
unprogramming your brain, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like that, but that's what integration looks like. It's deprogramming your brain from where you came to where you are now.
Yeah.
And you have to
I don't
remember-
agree to that.
Okay. Cool.
No, just
Why?
that.
Thank you for
because,
your...
No, because you always to be yourself. You just have not to change, but just to...
But I did.
That's your problem.
No, my personality didn't change. My method of communication
You're
changed.
cool as you are.
Oh, you don't believe that.
You're cool as if.
As if. It's not what you're going for. Anyway, good joke, buddy.
Thank you.
So yeah, it was a lot of stuff
There was
like
a
that.
spill at floor 1. Please bring the bucket.
I mean, now the horrible thing about that job and the best thing about that job is that no one was safe from getting ripped on, right? Everyone was a target. Interracial jokes, interreligion, interculture. I mean, it was bad. It was to the point where I think there were times where I forgot what is appropriate and what is not appropriate.
But we don't do this here, okay?
Okay.
We are politically correct.
Different shades of white. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
But again, I made some of my best friends at this job because no one pulled punches. Everyone was just
You punch her in her
honest.
face.
And then we came closer together.
Yeah, but also
That's
me
how
and
you bond
him.
with people.
Violence, struggle.
Yeah, also me and him. I remember when we were intern.
You
Okay,
punched
let's-
him like 3
I mean,
minutes
we're
ago,
drunk,
dude.
But yeah.
Huh?
You punched him 3 minutes ago.
I didn't punch him.
Oh,
He
sorry,
punched me.
Yeah. See, love.
Punch, pinch. Soft.
Yeah. You'll see later.
Oh.
Anyway, I wanted to ask one thing.
Yeah, okay, ask.
But
Go on.
Such a prima donna.
prima donna.
Giacomo, what the fuck?
What the fuck? But so, see, can you be less noisy, please? Oh, good job.
Thank you.
So and so, how was your childhood? Because you said then that before you were, let's say, let me pass the term, a little bit more spoiled than once you moved to Canada, where you had to get your shit together, right?
Really.
So
My dad asked me how to boil an egg.
because
Because
you knew.
no,
didn't
he
know the
wasn't.
answer.
It was a genuine question because he had also
I know it.
he had also grown up in this culture where he had 4 older sisters, servants, maids his whole life.
Yeah.
And when he lived in Canada, when he was in university, he lived with his sister who did everything for him. So
Okay.
until he came back when I was 13 to when I was living with him into my 20s, how to boil an egg was a genuine question. It wasn't sarcasm.
Yeah.
Although my dad, we know my sense of humor, but I get it from my dad because once I made a big deal about I was taking the trash out. I obviously didn't contribute much to the house.
Mm-hmm.
And once I was like, Abba, hey, I'm taking the garbage out. And he starts laughing and I'm like, all right, what is it? And he said, Zarish, if you're taking the garbage out, how are you coming back? I actually thought it was very funny. And then I told his sister the next weekend that your brother made this joke and she was like, hey, that's what? And until she said that, I didn't realize that joke wasn't okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
Way to go.
yeah. And then I worked at Cineplex where we did these inappropriate jokes. So really,
All the time.
I just don't know. I don't know.
But and do you miss the part of your life, like maybe a more ease one, let's say, easy.
My life wasn't going to be easy.
Choose, huh?
I make my own vocabulary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Europeans love doing that. The other day, my colleague said the word analyzation, which I had never heard before, but sounds
Sounds fun, right?
sounds great.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Analyzation.
Analyzation.
Or like it's when the French say that's so funny, but they mean fun, and they refuse to understand the difference
Between fun and
between
funny.
fun and funny. They don't know that it's different.
I had so much funny. I had so much fun. Fun.
Fun.
No, fun is more
Fun. Anyway.
if you're Scottish.
So yeah, my life
See?
wasn't going to be easy.
Sunday.
Come on, let her reply.
Ah, sorry.
May I?
Nah. Yeah.
No,
Do
June.
I?
Junior.
June you. This is a highbrow podcast.
King of jokes.
Um,
That jokes. Anyway.
King of jokes.
uh,
Vedi se avevo un coglione. Okay.
So yeah, do you miss the part of your
okay,
life?
see, okay.
so what happened was that
Can I ask you a question?
yeah, sure.
No, I asked one already.
Okay, answer.
No, but tell me your question.
Answer, please. Come on. Yoka.
As she's a woman, she can multitask. She
Yeah.
can reply both questions at the same time.
Maybe the answer is both.
Zio.
Just rotate.
Rotate.
Oh,
You're smart.
he takes so much care of you, dude.
Yeah, I know.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's the only stick I'm touching. Anyway,
Not
I
true,
said the
guys.
only.
Sì, sì.
The only for now.
No one believes it.
Why does it take so long to reply to my questions?
We are talking, please.
I'm even putting.
rude.
How are you today?
I couldn't be better.
Then,
You sure?
then she saw you and it
Just
went
think
down.
of-
Downfall.
Anything you want.
I could have a magic carpet with a palace waiting for me at the end of that journey, and this is still better.
See? Yeah, he's drinking.
But it's electric magic carpet or
Yeah.
No, it's
Tesla.
diesel.
okay. Oh,
No,
Jesus,
when,
that
when,
expensive
when
now.
you see people like with many carpets, I was like, oh, you're preparing for war?
There's the what's the called?
I don't want to say the
Air-
country
air-
because otherwise I'm
Mm.
gonna be racist.
Yeah.
Air Force.
I just remembered something for all the Call of Duty fans out there.
No.
So Karachi, the place I was born, was
Really?
yeah,
Karachi.
yeah. It was in Call of Duty.
Ah,
Yeah,
you
it's
never
a
said
map.
that, right?
Yeah.
Call
The
of Duty
language
4.
is wrong on
Nerd.
all the
Oh,
signs.
really?
Yeah, they used Arabic, not Urdu.
Shame on them.
Like 10 billion spent on this game, and you got the language wrong. Come on.
But I think it didn't take place in Pakistan. That's why I'm worried. Why is it?
Was not in
Karachi.
Pakistan, bro.
It was in Karachi.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was in Karachi.
You sure?
Yeah.
Mm.
How do you know that?
Because we were all
Please show
talking-
support. Could you please provide with supporting documentation?
I'll get back to you on that. I have to make a call.
Okay, but we have to sign off, huh? if you're late and sign off is gonna be late, it's not our responsibility. That's
No.
it.
No,
Okay?
I'll take
And the
this.
budget is
I'll take
this.
this. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take the liability.
Sometimes it's shit. Sometimes it's good. Maybe.
Okay.
Here. Mm.
Can we move forward?
Yeah.
I asked a question
I
like,
also like going backwards.
50 minutes ago.
Yeah, but
Still waiting for
you
you.
asked it. No one cares.
Yeah, we forgot.
Yeah.
Could you?
So you moved to Canada.
Yeah, the greatest
I'm
day
generally
ever.
getting triggered
Okay,
now.
so
Mhm.
you found a job at movie theaters.
Mm.
You said a lot of jokes, not
Mhm.
politically correct. You learned
course.
how to mop a floor.
It was magical.
Yeah, it was magic. So you found out that you need water for it. That's a good point. They taught you how to smile, or you
They
learned
did
by yourself.
teach me.
See?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
They
cute.
taught me how to
Okay,
smile.
stop smiling. Then
We're in a fast forward the summary of the
Yeah.
whole episode.
You worked for 5 years in these theaters.
And I went to university.
You went to university at the same time.
Yes.
Nice. See, you
North
can do two
America.
things at the same time.
Mountain. Why you see?
So, perhaps this podcast should only be 2 people.
Yeah, just me and you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's here just for the juice.
I agree. I agree to disagree.
You agree to disagree.
Yeah.
So then you agree with us.
No, because I agree to. Go on with the summary, please.
I
It
think
was
it's
over.
spring.
The springery. Springery.
This is the fall of the podcast.
Yeah, we're just talking shit right now.
So, okay, done.
I'm sorry, sir. Did you have a question?
Yeah, it expired because it passed.
Expired. Best before.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
No, I generally want to ask.
Yeah.
See?
Oh,
Do you
asked-
miss the part of your life, or would you ever consider, I don't know, going back
You
if it's still
should.
possible? I don't,
Okay.
because I don't know, because
Oh,
that's your mom's side of your family, no?
my dad's side.
Your dad?
Wait, going back where?
No, not to Canada, to Pakistan.
No, the second I left Pakistan, it was done. I
Yeah.
was never going to go back.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
You went back like I think 1 month ago.
I visit every year because my grandmother is still alive, but I have no real
Attachment.
Yeah.
To them.
Why?
It's not an easy place to live. It's not an
Mhm.
easy place to live if you're a woman. And I mean,
Why?
I studied for exams with candlelight. The load shedding, so the electricity would go out for 4 to 12 hours a day. Just when I was there were 2 military coups. There was an assassination of a prime ministerial candidate. Besides the lack of infrastructure, no public transport, there's no drainage system for a city that goes through a monsoon every year. Besides the extreme problem with crime and poverty. I mean,
Well, you listed enough reasons, right? I mean,
would you like? I could write you a book, but I think that's not.
Okay, yeah. Well,
Actually, there are
I'll
many
read
books.
it if I knew how to read.
Look, if you are one of those people who wants to make a difference in their country, yeah, lots of people I know, not that many people I know, have they have that dream, but it's just become too hard.
Okay. But when you're there and you see all these things, bad things, like
it's better now than it was when I was there. I should say that.
We all hope that. And maybe it's bad to say, but it's not like normality for you.
But is it a normal that I wanted to accept? Did I want that to be my normal?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
No. Why am I in Luxembourg? The city doesn't get enough credit from the women that live here. Even in Toronto, even in Brussels, even in Washington, D.C., I've gotten followed home at every city I've lived in. Not in Luxembourg. In Luxembourg, I feel safer. I feel like I can go out without looking over my shoulder. I've had incidences, but not enough to give me that feeling. And also, I mean, honestly, European working conditions, it's a gift. 25 days of holiday a year.
I mean, compared to US,
I had a 1-year contract with a very good employer in Canada, and I got 10 days for the whole year. 10 days for the whole year.
They really work that much outside of Europe?
Yeah, they really do.
I mean, Japan was the same.
Everyone I knew had 1 or 2 jobs when they were in university. That's how
crazy.
hard. Yeah. My university fees, they went up by 4 times. I was paying $5,000 per year for the first year I was there. By the time I graduated, it was $20,000. And this wasn't a business degree. It wasn't law. It wasn't finance. It wasn't engineering. It was just social sciences or humanities. Canada is a wonderful place. It really is. But and I also worked in mental health and public services.
Yeah.
So I saw this underbelly of Toronto that, it's enough to push you to want something maybe more.
Yeah. I imagine. But
Let me ask a question.
Yeah, go.
From Canada.
Yeah.
Where you moved after?
So 2017, I went to Brussels for my internship. 2018, I came to Luxembourg.
Okay. And you're doing the same job as 2018?
No, I'm in the same company in a different role.
Okay. What do you do right now?
I work in logistics for
really?
a non-profit.
Yeah, nice.
Pretending like he doesn't know.
Spoiler alert, I knew it. Yeah. And you like your job?
I like my job, but I'm one of those people who's all about who I'm surrounded by. So if I'm learning every day, and if I'm in an international environment where I'm just constantly stimulated, then that's what really keeps me here.
Okay. You have a question for her?
Yeah, no, because before we were...
Can you please talk near the microphone?
So before we were talking...
You think about that this guy is going to be online trying to...
He thinks the mic is a
blow
salad.
Yeah.
To do what? Sorry? Anyway. I wanted to make a serious question now. I feel like...
How does it feel to be the middle of an idiot sandwich?
I don't know, chicken?
He's just the dressing of it.
Pollo. Brava, nice.
Grazie.
And be careful, don't say pollo. No, it's pollo.
Shut up, it's right enough that you speak Italian, bro.
In Spanish, it means...
When we met and... Like, we met on our first day of university. We went out for dinner.
I mean, we don't have a place where to sleep, both of us. So
You didn't have a place to sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, not
No,
where
we
to
had,
sleep, but not a proper house. We were just staying
On
I
a
think
couch.
Airbnb or
Okay.
hotel. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
it was in
remember.
a really 2 stars hotel, really good.
The best kind.
Yeah, and we went
That's what you
to
deserve.
eat together. We went to eat the best carbonara in Rome.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the time. Osteria 7, giusto? O 13? No, 7.
7.
7,
Che
ok.
13?
Did it
Cazzo ne
deliver?
so io. No, quale delivery?
No, I mean, did it deliver? Like, was it as good as its
Ah, yeah.
reputation?
Sorry.
No,
yeah.
we actually realized
Googled
it
it.
afterwards. So
No, we didn't go. Actually, we went there and we read like there was some sort of, come si chiama? Una targa.
yeah, the plate that was written.
There was a plate, the best carbonara
The
in
award,
Rome.
award.
Wow.
It was like, oh, nice.
Okay, so Italian politics is a mess, but you have decided where the best carbonara is.
Yeah, because there is a
Yeah.
competition actually.
It's incredible.
I mean,
Yeah.
Mm.
No,
Guys.
but our politicians are not a mess.
No?
No. It's just from the outside.
Ah, that's nice.
it's just a perception.
Yeah,
Cool,
it's a
cool.
perception.
We're good there.
Yeah, we're good. And
It's going bankrupt.
when I met this guy, oh, please, I'm talking.
I mean, who isn't?
Okay, do the
Maybe
podcast.
does it have a? Maybe we should read the lines on the
We're
hand.
talking about
Sorry.
country.
No, I don't want to
state,
talk anymore.
balance. So I can finally make my question because he's shutting his mouth
Please,
out.
it's harassment.
I'm so sorry. I've had so much sensitivity training. I've learned nothing.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
I don't know. If we should go say that, but yeah, you had so many funny stories about that, but
About
I mean,
my
not harassment,
working
but
experience
yeah,
as a woman and as a woman of color. Yeah,
exactly.
sure. Should we?
Are you
Should
colored?
we-
Which one would
I mean,
you-
up
Are you
to you.
colored?
I would-
I'm a different shade of white, but
Okay. Well, I'm pink.
actually, Jacko, you know all my stories. Which one would you like? The paper one?
I like
or-
the BBQ story.
Ah, yes, the sausage story.
Yeah,
That's the one.
Guys.
huh?
Please.
this is nice.
This is not a family podcast.
I think it's
Please.
better than the paper one because the
Fair,
paper one
fair.
is
You sure?
This one has more
100%.
delivery. There's more cinematic value to
Exactly.
The, yeah.
Okay. May I ask her a
Okay.
question?
no. Yeah, come on.
Katra, okay.
Why are you people deciding for me? I can tell you who can ask me the question.
Yeah, but it's our podcast.
I'm.
Okay.
Scusi.
Okay. Can you please tell me the barbecue story?
Absolutely, my good man.
Okay.
Now
thank
you
you.
will take credit for it.
So, Flavio,
how
to
life
answer your
works.
question about the barbecue story,
Please, yeah. Who asked it?
I was working in an organization a while ago, and this
Dove ti va storto.
organization is not well known for its sensitivity training.
Okay.
And there was a gentleman there who very frequently told me my lipstick was nice. First time I was like, it's a compliment.
It is nice, huh?
Thank you. First time it was nice. Second time I was like, okay, thank you. Third time I said, do you want to try it? So this is the nature of my relationship with this gentleman, right? He's much taller than me. He has a presence.
Well, doesn't take much, huh?
Thank you.
No problem.
Just so
I
you
love
know,
you.
I'm a giant in the country I was born. My head touches
Really?
the door. Actually.
Bella zia.
Ah, grazie. So, so this gentleman and I like to take all these incidences as character building, right?
Okay.
Unfortunately, for people who talk to me a certain way, they don't understand what's going to come at them. So basically, I was walking out of this office building with this guy, and he's from a particular nationality, and that nationality was going to have an event the next week. And I said, oh, look, dude, I'm sorry I can't come to this barbecue event. You're going to have sausages, and I don't eat pork, so I think it's best if I just...
You don't eat pork?
I don't eat pork.
Okay, sorry.
And so this guy, now he's a smoker. He's over 6 feet tall, big dude.
How much is 6 feet?
6 feet is 180.
He's
A
80,
little bit less.
185, 190.
Okay.
So he's he takes a drag from his cigarette and he goes, Zarish, Just close your eyes and open your mouth. And that would have been funny if anyone else was there, if we had a close personal friendship like that established. We did not.
Do you think it's gonna work if I say it?
I want you to try, but please make sure I'm there.
or it's recorded.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he started laughing. I started laughing. And then I said, actually, we're going to call him Ben. I said, actually, Ben, I've never trusted a man who's told me that. And then we laughed. We went to the next point in our destination, and we've never talked about it since. And I didn't realize how inappropriate it was until
you close
told
your
the story.
eyes and then
You told the
and then
story.
I opened my mouth.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Trying to teach something here. Come on. And we then just
Sensitivity
no,
training.
I'm joking.
I know,
But how do you wait? So you said that you actually realized it afterwards, not like
I didn't
right away.
realize how
because she didn't
disturbing
close
it
her
was.
eyes.
You see, I'm really bad at following instructions, so I think my insubordination was the first problem.
Yeah.
No, so I realized much later, like I've always been able to take stuff like this, right?
Yeah.
But say it was directed at someone who is more sensitive. You know, a lot of women, they can't handle jokes like this because they don't joke with the boys or whatever. Yeah. So I realized later that if it was any other woman in that position, it could have gone very wrong. But recently I've realized that this is only a problem I have because of the nature of my personality and my ability to give back. People say things like this to me more.
Yeah, they get eased, like, or more. They're more loose.
Yeah.
Saying such stuff with you. So.
Yeah, it's the you can take it, so I'm going to.
Yeah, that's a bit twisted though.
It is a bit twisted. Because then I find like the problem here is I don't know where my fault begins and where the other person's fault begins.
But it's never, I mean, you should never feel guilty, right? It's like, but even such jokes, so yeah, it's okay, it's the other person's fault because you should realize maybe I don't know this person that much, so pushing that far, okay, she's going to me while talking and stuff like that, but still I should, I don't know, keep how do you say, a buffer between the two, right? If you just go straight for that, I mean, if I did it with you, it's fine. Where like
because you would do it in front of 6 of our friends.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe I think it would be more creepy. Yeah, in that scenario where you're just one-on-one, because if other people are in the room, maybe it could perceive less. I don't know if it's true or not.
We're not friends. We were not friends. We were colleagues. There's a significant age and job gap. Very. I was I'm the lowest.
Also, a driver.
Yeah. So in the greater context, and given, like I said, that lipstick incident, given that there was a bad precedence, and given that person's reputation, besides this incident with other women in the organization, that is problematic. But it is very he said, she said. At this point, you still don't know if the story I'm telling you is 100% accurate.
Yeah.
Maybe I've made worse jokes, right? So while I want to say, oh no, look at this crazy incidents of like inappropriateness, it was inappropriate, but it's not something I would escalate to an HR representative, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but that's also the thing, like experiences like this, they build up your persona, your character, because you handle many different situations like this. Anyway, just to come back on that, I think if someone would in your position went back to already flagging this to HR whatsoever, they don't learn how to deal with the situation, right? Because the first thing they do is just backing off and asking help to whatever, while maybe unconsciously you just stood up and you reacted afterwards, or anyway in the, let's say, correct way, because you just laugh about it and then fuck it. Maybe then you realize the seriousness of that, but still, I mean, you walk away with that and whatever.
Look, I've had many incidences like this, right? And what I always like to tell myself is, I am the present and they will be the past. Because most of the people who make comments like this are 20 plus years older than me. So I will take these stories, I will hold on to them, I will share them with other people, other women, other men who I consider allies. We've had good conversations about this sort of thing. And it's just sort of like, it's better to do a lessons learned and make an example out of it rather than hold on to any anger or whatever. Right?
Yeah, I see.
Because at the end of the day, yeah, they'll be dead soon, hopefully. And
Hurry up.
That's the way to go on.
And it's still, you know, for me, sometimes it becomes a question of, you leave a country like Pakistan where there are these values of like men are better than women, whatever. It hits you harder when you come to the West. That's a little bit of a part of it. You know, in Canada, we always think Europe is so far ahead in social values and like they've got it all figured out, right? And then sometimes on the streets here, you hear stuff where it's like, I'm sorry, that's worse than stuff my extended family say. Like, you know, like it's just life is learning.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
And actually, one other thing that I want to ask you is, so we were talking before about Luxembourg, like how, especially with the weather, how tough it can be, and how this can affect your mood. And I mean, it could get into something maybe more serious and stuff like that. I mean, how do you cope with it? What was the I don't know, something that pushed you to
I'll be very
to
honest.
overcome it, not to or actually also how you realize that maybe I should do something about it.
Get something together.
Because I remember the time when we were in Vic. Yeah, you were sleeping a lot and stuff like that.
Yeah. I wasn't happy consistently. Like I'd either be really good company or I would ask you why the hell you're using my bowl.
yeah. A bit bipolar, I would say.
A lot of that was because I was a temporary. I had a lot of insecurity in my life. Maybe I had a broken heart. I don't know. But it came down to a couple of things. I made some amazing friends. I got a family doctor who took a special interest in me, and she cleaned up my health.
Okay.
I got my position, my job, that gave me stability. And after 4 years of living in Luxembourg, I've just built a life. You know, your mom can sit you down and tell you that you have a weight problem or whatever. The whole world can tell you one thing, but you won't believe it because you're trying so hard just to survive. And then when you feel safe and you feel comfort and love, then you come out of whatever it was that you had. I told you I was homeless twice in Luxembourg. You gave me a place to stay once. My friend Tom, I didn't even ask Tom when I was homeless for the second time because I didn't renew my contract properly, whatever, it was my problem. And I had to pack up all my stuff in 3 hours and get out of the room. I called Tom and I just said, Tom, look, this is what I've done. And I didn't even say, can I stay with you? He just said, okay, so you come over. 10 days. No questions asked, no questions of when are you leaving, nothing. And that's why I have a special place of love for the French.
Yeah, we can work a bit about it.
I have met extraordinary people. The first time I was homeless, it was a scam. It was a rental scam. I had paid a deposit. I came to the house a week before I was supposed to move in. And I realized the wrong name was on the mailbox. I had a small panic attack. And the guy came out of the house and he said, sorry, why are you here? And he said, I explained, and he said, you're the third person in 2 weeks.
Oh, Jesus.
And it wasn't like send this money on PayPal. It was a bank account. And me in my like naive mind was like, Luxembourg can't have crime. They have so much money. Why would anyone do this there? But the truth is it happens quite frequently.
Okay.
And I remember crying. I called my parents, I guess because of the time difference, they didn't pick up. And I called the only other person I had in my phone, who was my colleague, who I'd only known 2 months. And I have to say, I've read about Albanian generosity, and this was really where it came. She let me stay on her couch for a month. She lived in a studio. It wasn't like she had a 1-bedroom apartment, nothing. It wasn't comfortable for her or me. But she let me stay on that couch until, because I came with no money.
Yeah.
I came with the most smallest amount of emergency money. I was living paycheck to paycheck, and they paid me a month later. So in Canada, I was used to getting money bi-weekly. Over here, you had to work 1 month before you got paid.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was going to happen. So I have a special place of love for this country because it has just been my safety net in ways I couldn't imagine.
I'm touched. I don't know what to say, you know.
Yeah, but that's why we like it here at the end, because we have our circle of friends, and the people that are here are in the same situation. So, okay, some just moved here, I don't know, out of boredom. Some just because there's a better, not gonna lie, financial situation, and then therefore you can afford even the bare minimum, because maybe in Italy I wouldn't be able to, have my own flat where to stay, plus working, plus being able to afford going out and stuff like that. So.
And if you want to go to Italy, it's like 20 or 40 euros.
Exactly.
Go when you want. I mean, I'm sorry, we're all adults now. Once you're over 30, the weekends is when you have a good time, you know? Monday to Thursday, you are a little serious. So, I don't know.
Plus here people enjoy black humor, so
I mean,
we can make it.
It's a different shade of humor, but we love it.
A differently white shade of humor. Okay, enough with the serious stuff. Let's do some funny questions.
We're doing game questions?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. And it's not gonna...
If it works.
Should Flavio and I pretend we're in a call center?
So no, we're already long way, because I think it's already half an hour and something. So
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
So it's gonna be fun, and you don't have to close your eyes and open your mouth. Okay. Can I start with it?
We just
open my eyes and close my mouth? Okay.
Oh, okay, that was wrong. Sorry. I didn't want.
I mean, nothing is worse than you thinking your mic is full.
Oh my God, no, I'm gonna just black the screen at that point. Go on, please. Yeah, just bye.
I did not. I know, because I don't know how to read. I have to remember it. Okay. What is the stupidest thing you spent money on?
Oh, wow. The stupidest thing.
Yeah. OnlyFans?
Well, that's not stupid.
No, I only make money there. But
Okay. That's nice.
Food pics.
Teach me, please.
No. Sharing is not caring.
Ah, yeah.
Man, so when I started making money after my first job, I mean, I can count the number of stupid things I spent money on, but I think every single shirt I bought that was $1 was complete garbage.
I mean,
yeah.
it's marginal, but yeah.
Oh, but then I think that time I dyed my hair blonde myself, that was definitely, yeah.
You blonde?
You were blonde?
I am South Asian descent, so my hair doesn't achieve blonde. It was a shitty ginger. And that was the worst thing I've ever spent money on.
Ginger. It is even, I don't want to say worse than blonde.
Ginger.
Yeah. Ginger.
Ginger. Jesus Christ. That would be dope.
It was not dope. It was not dope.
That sounds like I don't know the name of metal band in
Zinger.
Reykjavik.
In Reykjavik.
Anyway, worst habit that you have and you are ashamed of.
Okay, I am ashamed, but I'm also proud at the same time, okay? So I was very unemployed for 2 or 3 months after one of my internships that was unpaid. So I'm unemployed. It's winter in Canada. All I do with my time is watch CSI Special Victims Unit and play Candy Crush. And that addiction to Candy Crush never died. I am on level 9,000. I want to say 200 something. It's not going away. I'm not even trying anymore, but
Yeah, so technically you're like my mom on Facebook.
no, I'm
Even
your
worse,
mom, your
yeah.
grandma. I am 16 generations of that's a problem. I used to play on my
the
phone.
boomers of the boomers.
On my phone, my laptop, and my tablet.
Oh,
That's how
Jesus
deep.
Christ.
You can play Candy Crush on your laptop?
Yes, you can.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Don't do it, man. It doesn't let you go.
I have to tell my mom.
And you have to tell her the lives reset on every device. So when you lose your 5 lives on your phone, you have 5 more on the laptop. And
yeah, but
that's
don't say that on camera. Maybe some Candy Crush developer will see that.
give me more lives.
Please.
Please.
Or
I've lost my real one.
I'll just give her a life. You know?
Yeah, sorry. So that would be my deepest.
Wait, but if
shame.
the laptop falls down, it's laptop crash. Not Candy Crush.
No,
By the
please,
way,
please don't laugh, please. Okay, he's gonna do it again.
talking about crushes, celebrity crush.
Celebrity
Bro,
crush.
it was my turn.
Sorry.
Oh.
Okay,
You want to
celebrity crush.
To answer your question, Fabio,
Please.
it has to be.
See?
It has to be somewhere between Andrew Garfield and who's the guy from Fantastic Beasts?
Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, Animal
the ginger.
The main actor.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield.
The worst Spider-Man of the three.
The worst Spider-Man? Really?
Wait,
More?
is the no
He's
wait?
the second one.
Yeah, the second one.
The first one was the worst one.
What's the name of the first one?
Maguire.
Tobey
Maguire.
Maguire.
And
Come on, he's the worst one.
He's the worst one.
No,
Bitch, please, what the fuck you're saying?
Come on.
She said this. Wait, you said the first one is the worst one.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Okay.
No,
Oh my
to be
God.
honest, I never watched the Andrew
Garfield one. So you're just shooting your mouth for no reason.
I mean, I watched the first one. It was so good. I said, okay, there's no
Come
point.
on,
to-
he's
you know
so
what?
cute.
Who? And Tobey Maguire?
Sí.
Yes.
Tobey Maguire doesn't mean you're a good Spider-Man.
Well, he's.
You know what? He was adequate.
But just for the memes, you know, the meme like "Be careful" is a hero.
Yeah,
The
no,
meme
for
is
the
gold.
memes, for the memes,
it's him.
yeah, for the memes, he's undeniable. I give you
And
him.
the one when he's trying to hold the same situation when he's trying to hold the train with his webs,
Yeah, yeah.
and then the memes as well.
Okay, you're right.
You know, with all the shits you have in your life,
You're
and
right.
you're trying to hold up.
In the 9gag, Imager, meme, 4chan, wherever the memes are coming from, he wins.
Okay. So we agree he's the best Spider-Man.
We agree.
They also
like
made
we agree
the-
that this guy eats salad in my bowls.
When you said it, it sounded like in my balls.
No.
Like, what?
Bowls.
We are politically correct.
It's
Get your head out of the gutter, sir. How dare you?
Come on.
Can you go on with the questions?
Okay. Most foolish thing you have done for love?
I moved to Europe.
Yeah. I mean, I know that song.
European dreams. Bullshit.
It turns
I
out the
found-
European dream was the European dick.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow.
European love, sorry, my bad.
Sí.
Well, it wasn't the most foolish.
It
You would
wasn't
never
just
have met me.
European, but
Sorry?
But it was European.
Which part of Europe? Gone.
Iceland.
That's not true.
It's with I.
You know it already, right?
Ah.
Oh, you didn't know.
No, but of course, if you ask, it's Italian.
You should know
Ah.
it's from the same city you're from.
Oh, well, technically,
It's a Napolitan guy.
Iceland is also with an I. Anyway.
Yeah, that's why I said with an I, because it's Italy.
You're
No,
intelligent
but
sometimes,
in-
huh?
Yeah, I know. Thank you. But they didn't
Thank
say it
you.
the way- Shake my hand.
Sorry. Anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's with I. No, it's with you.
So, guys, move to Europe for love, but
Yeah, and he was a Napolitan guy, so
if it goes south,
You know
you're
what I
still in
mean, huh?
Europe, you know?
Everyone makes mistakes. Please remember that.
it's your fault, not his fault. And you know this.
It's everyone's fault. It's Cupid.
I asked the question, coglione.
Okay.
Favorite food?
Favorite food. You know, as much as I live in different places, there's just never going to be anything better than Pakistani food. Really.
I mean,
You want to open a discussion on this?
No, this is not up for
We said
discussion.
quick questions, but let me disagree on let me agree to disagree. No,
Listen.
it's I never tried Pakistan.
I have literally made food for you on
See,
an holiday.
see,
Yes,
and
I
once
mean-
once
I
I
mean,
tried when we were home. Like
Mhm.
Yeah,
when I
your
was
mom,
at your
your
home.
mom made
Made
it.
in my house.
Yeah, I think the first time we met.
Really?
Yeah, I asked you if the food was spicy. And you said, yeah, it's Pakistani food. So yes, and I tried it.
Of course it is.
Yeah, and yeah, it was spicy.
Actually, this
Spoiler
is one more
alert.
reason why I knew Giacomo had to be my friend. My mother came to visit me, and she was cooking Pakistani food like a good mom.
Not Italian food.
She would put cream in the carbonara. You would be upset. But
Pasta con patate.
so,
Esco morto.
so Jaco was in the kitchen, and I just didn't want her to talk to him because I was like, he's going to tell her about how badly behaved I am in the house. I just don't want them to interact.
Because her mom has a totally opposite perception of how Z is when she's not there. So it's literally
It's-
like day and night.
We're closing the gaps. We're closing.
Yeah,
the
anyway,
gaps.
yeah.
So my mom was making this lentil soup kind of thing, and she made it, and she took a spoon out, and she looked at Jaco, and she said, "Do you want to try?" And like the good Italian mama's boy he is, no questions asked. Opened his
Yeah,
mouth.
just close
And
your
she
eyes.
fell in love.
Open your mouth. Yeah,
So,
But
yeah.
for that
Business
moment,
as
she
usual,
fell in
you
love
know.
with me.
And ever since then, my mother is always like, if I send a picture and Jaco is there, I say he's around, she's like, the good boy. So
I
Yeah.
am.
Boy.
I'm
she
appreciated
said,
by
yes,
moms.
Italian, mama's boys, good boy.
And then next question, please. I am stopping all the jokes right away.
Something that you like to do, but you're terrible at.
Sing. Karaoke is my passion, but
I
not
mean-
my talent.
You have to be bad at karaoke in order to enjoy karaoke.
And
I
I
would
would
say.
like the records to show that Giacomo
you,
and I...
you say the same thing about sex?
No, wait. Fanculo. It's true. Me and Z and I, when we were in
Amsterdam,
went to
some
the
41.
karaoke. Yes. We
Which-
scored the highest
highest.
possible, whatever,
Score.
point,
Mhm.
whatever.
Who was measuring
The,
score?
the thing, the
computer.
machine, yeah.
Machine.
Yeah.
Imagine what a stupid machine was.
It's Dutch. I mean, who knows?
I mean, we still scored.
I mean, it was a high score of everyone there. So
What advice would you give to your younger self?
spend less time being insecure.
I thought on Candy Crush.
No regrets with Candy Crush.
Okay.
No regret.
Don't
Not a single.
don't go ginger.
No. Don't go ginger.
Ginger.
Oh my God! Don't trust your friend to dye your hair. No, but that's actually fun. Like now I know that I look shitty as a ginger, so I will never.
You
go
have
ginger.
pictures.
I'm not going to show you those pictures, but
I'm gonna find it.
yeah, it's insecurity bleeds into every part of your life, and you should. It's really silly, but every friend I have that's going through a rough time or they say negative things about themselves, I'm always like, if you don't like yourself, why should anyone else?
Yeah.
True. You have to be number one fan of yourself. So
Shut up.
Calm down.
I was trying to make a motivational reel
Motivational.
motivational.
Get off my bandwagon. Get your own lines.
Yeah, please.
Thank you. He's no Kant,
Yeah, she does it better. What is your favorite?
Mohammed knows how to make it with 4 fingers.
Okay, that's because
Yeah,
he
he
can't do
learned
it
it
with
from
one.
camels.
He's
So
Egyptian,
different.
so okay. Oh, do you remember? You said
Yeah, I
you can-
remember, but I didn't want to be racist.
I mean, I'm not being racist.
Yeah, you're just being stupid.
Snapping your. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I
Yes,
ask this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, what is your favorite sex position? Come
The
on.
The usual answer is the one
one
where I'm
where I'm in it. Yes, it is.
Because usually it's on a screen.
Well, usually
No,
it's
I'm
when I
joking.
close my eyes and open.
You know,
My
when your
mouth.
Yeah,
Girls, this is called self-confidence.
yeah, do it, girls.
When girls give you lemonade, just
Yeah.
throw it in the trash. I mean, why would you get the lemon? Oh, it wasn't
You
lemon,
drink it
was
because you're
lemon.
thirsty, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you're no, okay. I'm not gonna say that. First up, you open in the morning.
Candy
First
Crush, bro.
app.
Candy Crush.
No,
it can be.
no, it's Spotify.
Okay. What's your blasting?
Okay, so it cycles between silly punk rock and EDM and what. Right now, it's a podcast called Q Anonymous.
Really? You
Mhm.
listen to it?
You do?
No.
Okay.
I know where I was heading already. Wait, what did you say at the beginning? Silly?
Silly
Silly punk rock.
punk rock.
But is just the songs are silly, or is
Well,
it a
it's
proper?
it's my vibe as a
Okay,
teenager.
okay. No, I thought
Yeah,
it was
you
a new branch
no.
of.
Charlotte,
I just wake up
Offsprings.
feeling
Well, that's
15
not
every day.
silly.
Well, for her, maybe.
No. What do you listen to? Like
An
Well, you
answer.
know, like My Chemical Romance.
that's silly.
Okay, no, it's not. It's very serious business, and
Yeah.
really, it's a good pump up, and yeah, fight the police.
Fight the
What is
police.
your favorite sex position while you have your your eyes open?
I wouldn't know. I'm an unmarried woman. I've never had sex.
Okay, you're right.
True.
You're right.
Don't do it before marriage.
Abstinence is the answer.
Supposedly, alcohol should have.
No,
No,
she doesn't
gone.
drink
I
alcohol,
don't
bro.
drink. It's juice doesn't help with that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, next question.
What's your next accomplishment?
I'm due to finish my master's next year.
Nice. In what?
Engineering technology.
Interesting. Is it useful?
No.
Come on, that's so true.
I'm, I'm talking to her. Please.
I mean, she's really tippable because she moved from a Master of Arts to an
A
actual
Bachelor of Arts in
Bachelor of Arts, sorry, to
drawing and
an-
painting and social science.
to a
a
DMS
master's
of Master of Science in
Engineering,
engineering,
yeah.
whatever.
Nice.
Math, statistics, math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I got an A in my stats course.
Ooh,
Really?
congrats.
I asked Giacomo for help at some point, so
I don't ask
The
Giacomo,
situation
I
was
will-
very
I will-
desperate.
Yeah, I will fail the exam.
it was
I
very
still get the money.
I mean, I got anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah, my favorite question. So, picture this: you're going to a restaurant for dinner, sitting at the table of 4, you included. You can
So 4 minus 1 is 3 more spots.
Thank you.
quick math.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I know, that's why I helped
Yeah.
you.
Let me finish. What was it? You can bring 3 people over from anywhere in the world and from any time in history.
Okay.
Who would they be?
One is
Mic drop. I'm not gonna let it drop because it's expensive. So anyway, sorry.
Uh-huh.
one is John Ronson.
Huh?
Who?
John Ronson.
John Ronson.
He's the guy who wrote Men Who Stare at Goats. He wrote The Psychopath Test. Men Who Stare at Goats was also a movie.
L'uomo che
Sussurrava
alle capre.
alle capre.
Cazzo era,
No, GOAT, tu Messi, Ronaldo, LeBron James.
L'uomo che sussurrava ai cavalli.
No, GOATs.
Goats.
The greatest of all time, no? That's true. That's why I say Messi, Ronaldo, LeBron James.
I got the first time. I didn't knew that you were so stupid to say it the second time.
I stressed it
Porco.
twice.
So that's
I'm
one.
stupid. I don't know
John
about
Ronson.
it.
John. Okay,
Yeah,
John
John.
is there.
So this is a quote from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I really believe that journalists are the last real rock stars we have left in the world. So there's a journalist whose name is Simon Hirsch in the US. And he's really like his writing, his investigative capacity, he's beyond question.
Yes.
And,
I don't know him.
But why did you mention Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Because
They say that journalists are the last rock star we have.
that's the quote.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Mhm.
Who said that in the TV show?
Captain
Ah,
Holt.
Captain
Yeah,
Cold.
the black
Okay.
Captain Holt.
Yeah. Differently white.
Yeah.
Differently white.
Yeah, we have to beep that, right?
Right. I mean,
You sure?
No.
Appunto. Try to say black dude.
Why?
Black dude.
Okay, we have to beep also this because otherwise it's gonna be racist also.
Oh, it's.
I mean,
it's a connotation, right?
it's like when you say black in
connotation.
Italian.
No, connotation. It's a word.
Yeah, of course. Not
So-
an
so- ho capito.
Soka.
Oh God.
Soka. It's Japanese.
Ah,
It means
okay.
I understood. No, really. You know what does it mean in Italian?
What?
Suka.
No,
Means,
I know what it means in
close
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes and open your mouth. But in Japanese means I understand. I understood.
Yeah.
I got it.
See.
So then there is
So-
the Simon.
Hirsch, Simon Hirsch.
Simon.
Simon Hirsch.
It's
Simon
Simon
Le-
or Simon?
I don't know. Sometimes it goes. My German goes to
Okay, Simone.
Simon. And then
So
I
my-
don't know her. I don't remember her name, but the first female pirate in China who started out as a sex slave and then rose in rank to own her own fleet of pirate ships. I
But
think.
why?
Sorry,
Why?
strong women.
Okay.
And
You know
Yeah,
how
no, stop. We
You
have-
know-
That's it, I can only have
Yeah, no, the
three?
table is for COVID
kind of
restriction and
weird?
everything. You know, stop.
you
No.
know what would happen if the a sword would broke?
this what happens?
You know, pirates.
when-
They would put in a bowl of rice, and the day after it would restore. Like
Is
it
this
would
a
be,
joke or is it a historical fact? What are you going for?
No, because she was a Chinese pirate. I don't know
Is
if I'm
your
allowed to
jo-
say that, but
Is
anyway.
your joke pirated because it's such poor quality?
Okay, I'll
Thank
let you win this.
Thank you so much.
But
I'm here
I
all
never
night.
heard about
Mm.
this story. So there's a Chinese pirate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was a female.
She was making money with sex.
Yeah, I heard.
And
what
then-
she
So
was
she was
yeah, she
taken
was-
as
she
a
was
slave
closing
for the
her eyes.
captain of a pirate gang,
Okay.
and she became his favorite. And eventually, when he died, she took over.
That's cool.
That's very cool.
Are there
I've-
pictures?
Probably, but they're hand drawn. So I'm afraid you're not gonna get a lot of photorealism.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Maybe she was flat, and then while the painter was drawing, he was making her flat, of course, and then he was like, huge tits, please.
I would like to say though,
I didn't make
If
the
it-
accent because it's not
I'm
nice.
assuming we went to a nice restaurant that doesn't allow pets. If I could take a pet, I'd want I want a little velociraptor
What?
a velociraptor?
Ah, yeah.
because
Because
Jurassic
they're
Park-
cute.
They're so cute.
Yeah, they don't need
They're
to be
little
alive.
chicken size. No,
Right?
they're not big like the movies. They're little chicken size. They're like
Where is written?
Yeah, but I bet
Science.
they're.
What science says? Let's invite him for the podcast.
Kid.
Yeah, I was lost. I was still thinking about the velociraptor.
Have you seen Jurassic Park?
I-
Only every day of every summer when I was 5 years old.
Yeah, so they're fucking big.
No, they're
she
represented
just
wrong
said-
in the movie.
Yeah, she
In
just
real
said that.
life, they're chicken
If you
sized.
listen to it, she just said that. It's,
What the fuck is saying?
I don't know what he
I just said if you listen to her, she just said that in movies they are not like
That
properly.
Yeah.
No, other way around. So in movies it's always bigger, you know, and then in reality it's not.
You've watched
Yeah,
enough
bro,
of the
that's your
internet
reality.
to know that,
Huh?
Flavio.
Oh,
You know
fuck
the
what?
internet always makes things look bigger than they are.
Yeah, I know, but when it
Yeah,
comes
like
to
my bank
reality,
account.
I say yeah.
That's why. You can fit a
Yeah.
velociraptor in a big purse and bring it to dinner.
St-
And it
it's
has
still
feathers.
gonna eat you alive.
No, it has feathers. It's cute. Don't worry.
And what would you take them?
Where would I? To dinner.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
to
but
which restaurant?
yeah,
I would to eat what?
Which restaurant?
yeah.
Okay.
Pakistani.
Pakistani, of course.
No,
of course.
I mean,
oh, mate, it's not. It's the best
I-
food in the world.
Yes, but I
You
have
don't
it
want-
all the time.
Ah, okay. Yeah, but your guess, no.
The Chinese pirate. I don't know.
Probably Japanese.
Really?
Japanese, yeah. It's
Sushi.
fa-
Sushi, no?
Yeah, fancy sushi restaurants, blah blah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm high maintenance.
Yeah.
I brought a velociraptor to dinner with 2 journalists and a pirate, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little confusing that night,
Yeah.
you know.
What, the Velociraptor?
And not your kind. There is her, the Chinese girl, a journalist, and who is
2
the other
both
guy,
journalists,
and
they're-
the
they're
both
writer.
journalists.
Yeah, the writer.
Yeah, so imagine.
I would pet the Velociraptor anyway.
Bro, you're
Yeah.
scared of your own shadow.
That's not true. No.
It's so funny, huh?
Yeah.
That's why he's my best friend.
Is he though?
I
I think you can do better.
Sure.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Anyway.
I want
Okay.
you to try.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I love you.
Oh, fuck.
I love you too.
See?
How do you say? Wait, how is it in English when someone is like pretending to do something, but then he thinks otherwise?
We call it doing a Giacomo.
No.
Yeah, I was thinking the
Yeah.
same. You
Yeah.
know, I swear.
Yeah, you get it.
No, come
Yeah.
si dice in italiano?
Cosa?
Quando uno ti dice, ti voglio bene, poi. non è vero.
Falso?
No, cazzo mio.
Pretending,
No, yeah, I mean, but
mimicking. No, wait. What's the question?
He didn't even know.
I know because there's a specific word in Italian doesn't come to
Wait,
my
what?
mind.
Say
He
the
doesn't
word
even
in
speak
Italian.
Huh?
Say
Huh?
the word in Italian.
I
He
don't
doesn't know.
remember.
I told you.
So I
That's the
told
thing.
him like at some point he's going
Con la
to.
A.
Ma cosa intendi? Please explain.
When you say Flavio, I love you, blah, blah, but then
You
Faking.
don't. Yeah, I told you it's falso.
no,
Okay, we will think.
Insincere.
Yeah, I don't even.
Insincere.
Insincere.
Ciao.
Yeah.
Dai, stai zitta, basta. No, I don't. Anyway, it's just whatever. I'll put in
Insincere.
description below when I find it.
Not true. It's not gonna
There's
do
no
it.
Google
Trust me.
Translate for your brain, dude.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah.
Thanks a lot for being here. It was
My
really
pleasure.
funny.
Thank you a lot.
Wow.
Okay, we should stop. Yeah,
I'm not sure we're gonna hang out much after this,
probably.
but it's
Finally.
been fun. It's been fun. It's been
Thank-
very punny.
Thank you so much.
No, but after this interview, I feel closer to you.
It's nice.
Yeah, because you're sitting next to each other. Or?
Yeah, this is the most we've ever sat next to each other.
Not true. That's true. I remember we were sitting in the sofa. We were closer.
But I'm glad we spoke about serious stuff when
Okay,
basically
but,
Flavio wasn't here. I mean, the main reason.
And I mean, you really need to stop talking shit about Flavio behind his back. He calls you his best friend.
What is literally other way around the whole episode?
Why?
Flavio talks to you into your face, dude. You say shit behind his back.
Yeah,
I know that actually.
Yeah, I'm saying he has a small dick, which is true.
Yeah.
Size
Why you
doesn't
know
matter.
that? Because you close your eyes and open your mouth.
Okay, thank you so much for watching.
That's the rule, right?
If you've been watching till now, I mean,
Yeah, but I don't know what's wrong with you guys, really.
I mean, Candy Crush was a problem, but this is worse.
Yeah.
but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode as we did. I mean, as we.
Who enjoyed it?
I had fun. Thank you so much.
I did. No, it was nice.
Yeah, it was really nice, actually. I think it was the first time where we were us through, you know?
Because we drank quite a lot of
There's lots of
sparkling water.
Yeah, I told you,
of
sparkling
juice.
water, sometimes it can
That's
be
the
dangerous.
magic, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Z.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
stop
a
drinking,
pleasure.
please.
It's just juice.
Yeah, I know, but stop drinking. We're talking.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
We didn't say at the beginning what was the episode. No, we did.
I told you.
Yeah?
No, I told to everyone. So us.
What is the episode?
9.
9? Yeah, he did. He said 9.
Why are you saying no?
We did.
No.
9.
9.
9.
Thanks, Sensei. Blah blah.
this
Thanks
and-
so much for watching. I
Yeah,
have to spell it.
thanks a lot, guys. And thanks, Z.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you, Flavio.
you. And in this case, auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.